The sky was painted a soft orange that evening. Birds flew home in graceful patterns as little children chased after tires on the roadside, laughing. Inside a quiet compound in Enugu, the delicious aroma of egusi soup filled the air. In the kitchen, Chinello, a beautiful woman in her early 30s, stood in a faded t-shirt and wrapper. Her face glistened with sweat. She had just finished pounding yam. Her 2 children sat on the floor watching cartoons, waiting eagerly for their father. Wiping her face with a towel, she smiled warmly. "Emma, your daddy will soon be home. Let's surprise him with a hot meal today." She placed the pounded yam and soup on a tray, set the table with care, and waited. But she had no idea that night would change her life forever. Soon, the gate creaked open and a red Toyota Corolla pulled in. Her husband, Kanuku, stepped out, a fine, tall man with broad shoulders and a strong jaw. But lately, something in him had changed. His smiles were fewer, his touches more distant. Chinello rushed to the door with joy. "Welcome, my husband. How was work today?" Ken didn't smile. He walked past her silently, his face like stone. Chinello, still holding his briefcase, stood frozen. "I made your favorite food," she said softly. "Pounded yam and egusi." He glanced at the food, then muttered coldly, "I'm not hungry." "Don't stress me, please." He walked into the bedroom and locked the door. Chinello stood still, holding her chest, stunned and heartbroken. Her children came closer. "Mommy, is Daddy angry?" She forced a smile. "No, my babies. He's just tired." But deep down, she knew something was wrong. That night, she couldn't sleep. Ken lay with his back to her, silent. No good night. No warmth. Nothing. The next day, in his office, Ken smiled at his phone. He was texting Tonia, a beautiful, young woman he had met 2 months ago at a conference in Abuja. She was wild, bold, and made him feel like a king. "I miss you, baby. When are you coming to see me again?" he typed. "Soon," she replied. "My wife is choking me," he continued. "I need you." Tonia sent him a photo of herself in a tight red dress. His eyes lit up. His heartbeat quickened. Ken began withdrawing more money from their joint account. Chinello never noticed, she was too busy loving and trusting him. Then came the day everything shifted. One Saturday afternoon, while Chinello was cleaning the sitting room, the door opened. Ken walked in with a strange woman, tight jeans, long lashes, small bag in hand. "Chinello," he said casually, "meet my cousin, Tonia. She just got transferred here for work. She'll be staying with us for a while." Chinello blinked, confused. Something didn't feel right. But she smiled politely. "You're welcome, my dear cousin. This house is your home too." Tonia grinned, hugged her, and winked at Ken behind her back. That night, Chinello helped Tonia unpack. She even gave her one of her wrappers. "I know you're not used to our weather yet," she said kindly. "This one is very soft." Tonia laughed. "Wow, you're so kind." "Thank you, sis." Days turned into weeks. The 2 women grew close, cooking, gossiping, bonding. Chinello trusted her like blood. Meanwhile, Ken and Tonia were sneaking kisses in corners, locking doors, laughing behind her back. Sometimes, when Chinello went to the market, they made love in her own bed. One day, she returned earlier than usual. The bedroom door was locked. "Keen? Tonia? Are you inside?" They panicked. Tonia quickly threw on Chinello's wrapper and pretended to sleep on the couch. "Ah, I didn't know you were back," she yawned. "I was feeling dizzy, maybe malaria." Chinello, ever caring, brought her hot water and medicine. Then came the turning point. One evening, she tried to talk to her husband. My love, are you okay? Have I done something wrong? He snapped. Must you talk every time? I don't want this local village wife lifestyle again. I need space. Tears welled in her eyes. What did I do? I love you, Ken. Love? He scoffed. I'm tired. You're boring, predictable, and useless. Her heart shattered. He didn't even look at her. 2 days later, he screamed at her again. Pack your load and leave this house. I'm done pretending. Go to your sister's place. Ken, this is our home. Where will I go with the children? That's not my business. Tonia stood in the corner, chewing gum, smiling. Chinello packed her bags with trembling hands. Holding her children close, she looked around the house one last time. God, she whispered. Fight for me. Meanwhile, in a different part of town, the sun rose gently over the rooftops. Birds chirped. The air smelled like morning dew. It was supposed to be the happiest day of Ken's life. He stretched, yawned, and stood in front of the mirror, admiring himself. Today is the day. No more pretending. No more Chinello. Tonia had told him she'd sleep over at a friend's place to prepare for the wedding. He didn't mind. His thoughts were filled with dreams of flaunting his new bride. By noon, the venue buzzed with activity. White and gold ribbons fluttered. Guests arrived in lace and igbatas. Children played with balloons, music boomed, the sky was blue, and perfect. Ken arrived in a black SUV, stepping out in white igbata with gold embroidery. Chairman. Correct man, people cheered. He smiled, shook hands, took selfies. But Tonia wasn't there. The event planner approached him. Sir, the bride isn't here yet. Should we delay the ceremony a bit? No problem. She'll come. He checked his phone, no calls, no messages. 30 minutes passed. Then another. Whispers spread like wildfire. Where is the bride? Ken's forehead began to sweat. He called her number. Switched off. He texted her. No reply. Then a slim woman in a sky blue wrapper approached with a white envelope. Sir, someone gave me this. Said it's from the bride. Ken took the envelope, opened it, and read. Dear Ken. I'm not your cousin. I was never your cousin. I don't love you. I never did. I just came to get what I wanted, money, clothes, gifts, trips, peace of mind. Now I've left the country. Don't bother looking for me. Tell your wife thanks for being so sweet. Tonia kiss mark. Ken's hands trembled. He sat slowly on one of the chairs meant for the groom. No, this can't be, he whispered. Guests murmured. What's happening? A bridesmaid picked up the letter, read it aloud, and gasped. Tonia ran away, she duped him. Gasps and laughter filled the air. An old woman shook her head. This is why you don't throw away a good woman for pepper soup legs. Ken returned home that night still in his wedding clothes, but now heavy with shame. The house was too quiet. No wife. No children. Only silence. He walked around, opened the fridge empty. Touched the bed cold. Opened the wardrobe, Chinello's wrapper, her Bible, her slippers, all gone. He sat on the floor and burst into tears. Chinello, forgive me. I made the worst mistake of my life. Meanwhile, Chinello was at her sister's modest home. That evening, she and her children sat under a tree, eating roasted corn and pear. Her sister brought cold zobo. They laughed. Freedom, sis, her sister said. Do you know Tonia didn't show up for the wedding? People said the wedding collapsed like a pack of cards. Chinello smiled gently. God is faithful. He fights in his own way. She hugged her kids and looked at the sunset. I'm not going back. I'm starting fresh. 1 week later, Keen appeared at Chinello's new food joint, one she had opened with her sister's help. The line was long. Her food was sweet. Keen stood there in simple clothes. No car. No pride. Chinello, please. I came to say I'm sorry. She looked at him calmly. Sorry won't fix everything, Keen. I gave you my heart. You crushed it. He dropped to his knees. I've lost everything. Please come back. She gently pulled him up and handed him a plate of rice and beans. Eat and go. I forgive you, but I won't go back. She turned, served another customer, and smiled. Peace is better than pretending.